Hi, my name's Grace from BTV Studios, and I'm here with the lovely and talented Raphaella. Hi Raphaella, would you like to tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a 22-year-old singer-songwriter from London. I'm of Persian, Scottish, English heritage.
Yeah.
And I signed my first publishing deal in April last year. So I've been writing, and I released my debut EP, Idiot, on the 1st of April. So yeah, that's the lowdown about me.
Okay, so you're a singer-songwriter and you also do play instruments yourself.
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about maybe your background in music. How did all this come together?
Well, as an artist, I think it's always been so important to me to write as well, because it's kind of the way I express myself. And I first started violin when I was 6.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it. And it was classical, and a year later I started playing piano. And I think that was the instrument that really made me feel like, oh, this is like where I feel at home.
Yeah.
And I started writing more and more. And I did A-level music classically. And I think after that I thought, that's it, that's enough.
Yeah.
Classical music, I need to like break away and really write and study pop music, which is what I've always loved. And so, yeah, I think that was kind of my grounding, my base. Writing and playing has always been a really important part of me as an artist.
So it seems that music has always been, part of your life from a very young age, hasn't it?
It has, like the cliche, like kind of saying. Like, I've been doing it for literally as long as I can remember, and I think I was driving my parents crazy when I was like 3 because they had like the Sesame Street on and I was like singing along, they were like doing. And my granddad had the most amazing record collection as well, and he'd always be like blasting music from like the old vinyls and LPs, and so I've always grown up around music.
Okay, and as you said, you've done a bit of classical, but you're really interested in pop, so you're quite a versatile artist. I've actually seen somewhere in a magazine them describing it was quite versatile, especially with the upcoming EP. It's got quite,
I think the first EP for me was kind of like an experimentation of myself musically. Kind of trying to find my sound and finding who I am as an artist. So the first EP is quite like diverse and broad in that respect. So you've got Polaroid, which is like a really pop tune, and then Idiot, which is a really kind of heartfelt ballad, and then Delicate, which is a lot more kind of raw and soulful. And so I think it was an important thing for me to do, to kind of find myself, and I think I have.
And listening to your EP, especially with Idiot, I absolutely love that song. How is that from personal experience? Like, as a songwriter, what inspired you? Because looking at your lyrics, it's intense. It's a lot of people can relate to it. Is it from your experiences or?
Well, I think as a writer, it's kind of always really important to draw on your own experiences because they're true and they're real. And I think that's the thing that really comes across the best and the most when you're writing. But I'm inspired by so many things. Real life. I read so much. I'm such a geek when it comes to that. So I love like the old romantic novels like Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights, and that kind of thing. So all of that kind of, if I read a line that inspires me, and I love old Persian poetry as well. So I would just read and read and read, and I think the way that those poets kind of see the world is amazing. And so I just, anytime I'm just kind of feeling a lack of inspiration, I just open a book. And it just kind of really inspires me. Photographs as well, photography. I think a whole broad.
That's quite interesting because when you speak to a lot of artists, they tend to say they're inspired by probably other artists or other musicians, and you quite you've got this literature and what inspires, which is quite different. Do you have any artists out there that maybe inspire you, or is it most based on?
Well, I think I'm like a sucker for the oldies, so I love Nina Simone. She's one of the most amazing artists, I think, for me as a woman as well. She really kind of inspires me because she was standing up for what she believed in. Because I'm also a history muffin, so I studied civil rights at sixth form, and I studied history for A-level, and so I was studying her alongside kind of music that I was doing. And then I did a music degree as well, and my dissertation I decided to do in political protest music. And so it's always kind of, she's kind of really stood out for me because she's kind of use music as a vessel to explain what she wants to say in terms of politics and stand up for what she believes in. So yeah, I think her, and today I love Laura and Vula. I love Emily Sandé, and Bruno Mars as well. I love him because I think he's just an all-round performer. Because I just love that. I love being able to watch someone on stage and just be totally blown away and mesmerised by them. So, yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. And okay, going back to, I can see you're quite, you're a very educated artist, quite versatile and quite diverse within what you have and what you contribute to music. So we also know that you did actually co-write a song, which was part of an album that was #1 in Denmark. Tell us a bit more about that. How did that come about?
So since I signed to my publishing company in Phrase Differently last April, it's kind of been an amazing experience for me because I've been writing for and with other artists that I never would have done before. Because I only used to write for myself. And I worked with this amazing artist called Nabia from Denmark, she's signed to Sony. And yeah, we wrote the song Kill It With Love, and it's going to be one of the singles as well actually, and it was released to the album I think last week, so yeah, that was great. And I've been writing a lot for The Voice as well. So I had my first cut last year in Germany with Ivy Cranium, which went gold, which is amazing. So yeah, it's been a fun kind of exploration.
That is incredible. As a songwriter, obviously that must be quite fulfilling. But then as an artist and obviously doing your own thing, how do you differentiate or think, oh yeah, I could give this song to somebody, or what song should be mine? Is there like a criteria you use? Or
I think it really depends on like the day and who I'm writing with and what's happening. Like sometimes I go in and we have a brief that we write to, and it's like I know I'm writing for someone else, which can be really fun. So I don't know, like a few weeks ago we were writing to a Cher Lloyd brief, and like I'm so not Cher Lloyd, and I was like, what would she say? What would she want to say, and how would she want to sing? And so that was amazing to kind of explore that. And then Castles, which is actually my first cut, I originally wrote for me. And then when I'd written it and recorded it, I loved it, but it just didn't feel like me. It didn't kind of feel like it fit with me. So when the brief came through, I thought, oh, that's perfect for it, and I just sent it. So yeah, it kind of depends. Or with, for example, like the Nabia track. She came into the studio and we booked in sessions to write with each other, and so that's how that came about.
Oh, that must be amazing. So do you love to work as an artist on your own and do your own thing? Would you like to do collaborations? Because looking at your EP, it's mostly just a showcase of you and your talent. So is it something you're looking forward to maybe working with an artist, or is it just?
I think it really depends. Like, it would be amazing to, if only Michael Jackson was alive. So, like, he would literally be like my dream to work with. But yeah, I've always been interested in collaborating with artists, but I haven't, as of yet, done that, which would be great to do. It's always amazing to get together with artists and put your talents together and see what comes out. But I guess I'm collaborating all the time with songwriters when I write, which is amazing. But I did a collaboration about like 2 years ago with Baby Blue, which is really cool. Yeah, so in terms of collaborations, it's always something I've been interested in doing, because I think putting together artist talents and seeing what happens is amazing. And so I wrote this song about a year ago now called Dead in the Water. And it was pitched to an amazing artist in Spain called Chenoa. And she loved it, and she was like, oh, it's great, I want to do a duet with you. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. So we decided to kind of turn it into like Spanglish version, so half Spanish, half English. And I can't speak Spanish. Like I had no idea what I was singing, but I was like, "Como infierno, and I was like, what is this? And it sounds really cool. And I'm really happy with how it's come out, because our voices sound really, really nice together. And so I'm going out to Madrid and Barcelona in May to perform with her on tour.
That is amazing.
Which would be amazing. So I'll be able to sing our song. And to all these people, and it will be hopefully touch wood.
That's amazing. And it seems that you also do, obviously with the songwriting, you explore and collaborate with a lot of artists, and you have collaboration before. Is there any particular artist that you would, want to collaborate with? You think,
well, if only Michael Jackson was alive, and if only Nina Simone.
Is there any other artists out here right now? you feel
I would
like to?
Bruno Mars would be amazing. Like, I think he's such an amazing all-round artist in terms of a writer, performer, singer.